On this episode of the Turf Toe Show, we talk about the NFL rule changes. We also talk about a couple players making some moves back into the NFL. And we also talk about the NCAA tournament. So stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Turf Toe Show, presented by turftoeshow.com. As you can see, our normal sound guy isn't here because he's a bum.
Yeah, the DJ, he's over there wanting to, save the world.
Yeah, he thought he could be like, oh, I want to go out and run around in the sun all day.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. We're here to talk about sports and sports only. But, yeah, I don't know. It's like a vacation for him. Yeah, we're just messing around. But I'm Mike Floyd, and I got Glow Man with me.
I'm here, surprisingly.
Yeah, we finally managed to get back in town.
Yeah.
And we took, about a week off? A week off?
A week and a half, yeah.
A little spring break action, you know?
Yeah, relax, vacation.
But we're back on it. So if the audio's kind of jacked up, blame Harris. It's
Blame
his
Harris.
fault. He decided, I'm going to do this.
He wanted to leave us to do something less important.
Yeah, for real. But while we were gone, there was a lot of stuff that was going on in the sports world because it never stops. You had the NFL doing their meetings, their annual meetings with the rule changes. You had certain players trying to make a comeback. You had in the NBA, LeBron James is still beasting, setting all new types of records. You got the Golden State Warriors. Just everybody's getting injured on that team.
Everybody's injured, but they'll come back when it matters.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully. And then a whole bunch of other stuff. But what I wanted to get started with was, I don't really want to compare the two, but it was the whole Johnny Manziel and Colin Kaepernick thing that's going on. If you don't know what's happening, Johnny Manziel started trying to make a comeback. He's been doing like a little press tour talking about like he's been battling like bipolarism. He's had a noted like drug and alcohol addiction. And he pretty much just fizzled out the league his first time. And now he's trying to make a comeback. He's been showing up at pro days. He had scouts showing up. And a lot of people on ESPN have been stating how come he's getting all the shine and Colin Kaepernick's over here not getting anything.
Exactly. You telling me you have a guy at every team showed up to his pro day.
Yeah.
Scout from every single team in the NFL. Now, I'm not going to say Manziel's you know what it is? Maybe beating Bama is just that big a deal.
Yeah.
Maybe it is because I don't know. I guess beating Bama is bigger than going to the Super Bowl. You know, I guess. Like a 13-3 season. I look at it like, okay, Manziel, he wasn't a bum. He doesn't know how to behave.
No.
Kaepernick resisted a social expectation, and he gets backlash for it. But Manziel was just, I guess he acted as a football player is supposed to, so it's understandable.
Yeah, I feel bad for Manziel in this case because he didn't want the comparison. I don't think the comparison should have happened to him. He even stated himself like, "Yo, why y'all comparing me to?" He even stated Kaepernick's better than me. He's like, "This is just my." Yeah, he tweeted it out, and he's just like, "Hey, I had this opportunity. Of course, I'm gonna take it. I don't blame him for that, but I do think it's kind of messed up if he does get a shot and they don't at least give Cap a shot because what Manziel had, the drug problems, the domestic abuse problems,
and the behavioral issues as well.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what you expect from football players: the aggression, the violence, the behavior of that manner due to what they do.
Yeah.
And so, but to give him a shot and to really show interest in him, but you got a guy who's taking a team to the Super Bowl. You got a guy that had to go through a hot Arizona and a hot Seattle in his division. When he did that, when he went 13-3 and went against a Baltimore in the Super Bowl during the whole powers and all that,
yeah,
and
technically
was giving it to him.
I think it was a tip pass. He would have won that game technically.
Yeah,
and I'm a Baltimore fan, and I can admit that like all day.
Yeah,
and a lot of people like John Gruden, something like, oh, he got beat out by Blaine Gabbert. Well, you got to remember when he got beat out by Blaine Gabbert, he also had surgery on his labrum and surgery on his thumb. So of course he came into training camp way lighter than he normally is. And didn't we just have a quarterback go to the Super Bowl with a jacked up thumb and throw for the most yards like ever?
Yeah.
Just because they gave him a shot. So
yeah, I look at it like, no, that's not Gabbert. What did Gabbert do for y'all? Do for 49ers.
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, 49ers. I'm looking at y'all. I'm at your ass today because y'all are upsetting me.
Yeah, so I think he went 12. He went 12 of 16. No, 12 of 4. No, I'm at 16 of 4 in 2016. TD to interception ratio.
Guy's a player. He's good, and he's a weapon anywhere. And if you're gonna, blacklist him because of his stance on something, which you're doing to other players, and you're messing with their finances to kind of, pull that chain a little bit, and I mean that in every single sense I can.
Yeah.
And it's not right. It's not fair. Period. And if you don't want to give him a chance because of him kneeling during the anthem, I understand the outlook. I think this is a very fortunate country. This is a country that a lot of people want to be in, and it has its downfalls. It has its black eyes in history. It has a lot of issues. And I understand your anger with it. I understand how people want to keep politics out of sports.
True,
it's something you go to want to just
escape, just relax.
Everything. Yes. But there is awareness that needs to be brought to it, and this is the perfect stage to do it. Although there are other methods, I won't argue his stance. He believes in it.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna sit here and tell another man what he should and should not do. If fans don't like it, fans are doing what that. If they don't like it, they'll change the station. And that has been shown.
They vote for the wallet. I mean, I don't blame them on that.
I understand both sides of the spectrum, but if you want to, some people are desperate for a good quarterback. Yeah. Some teams are, and your fans are already mad at you because you suck. So they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad at that. And if you play better, it's a give and take. I understand your outlook, but at the same time, I think that he needs to be signed somewhere.
I just look at the whole backup situation. If you don't want him to be a starter, which is it's fair because both of them have been out for the league for a while. Mm-hmm. If there's a whole bunch of teams who need backup quarterbacks, look at the Eagles. If they didn't have Nick Foles, they'd have been dead in the water. Completely dead in the water. And they won a Super Bowl with a backup. So I'm saying, even though they might say Kaepernick might not be the starting quarterback he was when he got the starting position, he at least deserves a backup position. Because I think the Rams backup quarterback, they were saying, like, why'd you even pick up this guy? Like, I can't even remember the guy's name, and they picked him up.
Yeah, it doesn't really carry weight. I think that I really believe that Kaepernick, hopefully he gets signed somewhere for agency. Someone gives him a chance because.
Another thing with him though, he hasn't said anything.
He hasn't spoken out. They want to hear him, but maybe he doesn't. He just wants to, do his piece in silence. Maybe he just wants to just do what he feels right for him, and leave the rest to the naysayers. They're gonna talk about him either way.
Well, because I understand that. So I was watching what's that crazy man's name? Skip Bayless. He was talking about how what is the guy's name he was talking to? One of the guys that used to play with Jim Brown back in the day. He was like, if Cap would have just showed up to this meeting and just stated like, hey, this is what I believe in. My protest is out there. I brought awareness to what it is, but now I'm here to play football. Mm-hmm. They would have got that man a job. He probably would have been the starting quarterback for the Browns right now. He could have spoke out. I will not argue that. But he decided and said, he's like, I'm going to stay silent. I'm going to keep doing my thing. And then I think that's like you said, the NFL, like the owners and whatnot, and the guys who make the decisions, they just want to hear him like from his mouth. I'm not going to protest this year. I've already made enough, I brought the awareness. The NFL is making moves to help people like do their whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Like bring awareness to their social issues and stuff like that. They're I guess they're speaking in their manner, basically protesting or advocating in their way. Yeah, so because is it the corner or the safety for Malcolm Jenkins for the Eagles? For the Eagles, yeah. Yeah, because they had this whole meeting with the NFL and they made some resolution, and I think they're going to dedicate it like a whole month to like social issues and everything. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it can run the gamut from minority issues to sexual issues, all that stuff. All the oppression in the world that people want to speak out on, but they want to do it on the right stage to not intervene with people who may have no interest in it. Yeah, and you got to also look at it from the owner's point of view. It's money in their pocket. Yes. I mean, people voting with their pocket. I mean, I can see that happen, but I do think if they're going to give all this money to a backup quarterback to the Denver Broncos, because he's not a starting quarterback. He's not at all. And then on top of that, they're going to bring back Johnny Manziel. I mean, I still think he should go play for the Canadian Football League, then come back, actually prove he can play. He's Manziel. If he's ready, because now he's under scrutiny as well. But it's just the fact that if you're going to give him an opportunity. I mean, he's been out the league a while. I guess he was. Was he really that dope? No, he wasn't. I mean, no, he good player. Absolutely, I'm not going to take anything away from the guy. He was a hot shot. Media loves those flamboyant, which we will transfer into another segment in a minute. Yeah, flamboyant, extravagant, super out there. The media personalities, they love that. And Manziel fit all that. He was just obnoxious, but he didn't fit the profile. He wasn't a good enough quarterback to be that. No. And I guess the people still ride off that A&M Alabama game. They still ride off that, And it's an accomplishment, absolutely. Nowadays, beat Bama regardless of how you beat them or when you beat them. That's big. Yeah. But it doesn't mean he should require more attention or a comparison. All right, Manziel is nowhere near as tall as Colin Kaepernick. No. He's nowhere near as experienced. He's nowhere near as good. Nope. And what are you doing? If you need a backup, honestly, Kaepernick needs to be in Jacksonville. I advocate for Jacksonville a lot
because I
love take the job from Blaine Gabbert.
I love a defense. I always respect defense first, and you just need you put a mobile quarterback with Fournette and those receivers and that defense and a guy who can actually throw it. Come on,
it's a wrap.
You know, it's just like I understand the subjection you may get or the objection you may get by having him and him kneeling, but he's not burning flags. He's not preaching all these things. He's silently protesting on a big stage. So I guess there is no such thing as silently protesting when you're that publicized.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like seeing Manziel getting this publicity when he's a frat boy.
Yeah, but there's another casualty to this. Well, if you want to call it a casualty. Eric Reid, defensive back, was with the San Francisco 49ers. He's still sitting on the free agency right now. And you were telling me earlier he's what, like this?
I looked it up on 49ers USA, or 49ers Wire USA, of all-time athletes out of that franchise. He's number 6. Which, I mean, I know who the top 3 probably will be.
Yeah.
Interchangeably Rice, Montana, Young. But let's be real. Like, number 6, right, on a defensive player who came out of LSU, like the best rated safety. Who, I mean, the reason why 49ers haven't been getting blown out how they should be, the way they've been playing, is because of him. Yeah. Why would you not re-sign him? I would not let him even say the word free agency. Yeah. Ever.
53 total tackles, 14 assists, 2 interceptions. He didn't have any forced fumbles last year, but I mean, the years before that he did.
He does his job. He's not even ranked. He's a DB by design, by title. He's a safety, but he can play anywhere. He's whichever safety you want, he'll stop that run. 6'1", he's like 213?
Yeah, 213.
Wow, that was actually good. But 213, and I can see it, but I can't see the numbers.
Yeah.
213, and he can do everything you need. You do not want him to play somewhere else. Do not let Seattle get him and replace Chancellor with Eric Reid, because there's going to be a problem in that division. Do not let that happen, because they are the same player. I'm speaking that into existence because I want you guys to feel that. Secondly, the reason why he's having such a problem is because he was the second player behind Kaepernick to support him. He was kneeling besides the first game that Kaepernick kneeled, he kneeled every time after that. Look at any picture, you'll see him kneeling, you'll see Reid right next to him.
Yep.
All right? You don't play with that. You don't play with any DB that comes out of LSU. Okay? Adams and the Jets right now is balling out. I mean, you know how Matthew was doing y'all in the same division. You know how Patrick Peterson was doing you in that same division. Honey Badger and Peterson both on the Cardinals. I don't know how the world let that happen. But you guys know what LSU DBs can do. Yeah. Period.
That's all they were known for.
That's all they were known for. They're the real DBU. Now Ohio State is taking that over because, they just bring out the first top 5 draft picks, like overall top 5 draft picks every year at the DB position. Yeah. So it's like, what are you doing? I understand you don't like it. But like, work with them on that. I guarantee they will stop kneeling if you give them something to vent their frustration too. Because the world is pissed. The black community is pissed. They are. But to be like, no, we're not going to re-sign you and we're going to leave you open to get picked up, and the other teams aren't doing it. Maybe they're really worried about their bottom line. I mean, it appears to be what it is. But a man that talented should not go unpicked up within 30 seconds. I mean, Richard Sherman got picked up just like that. So y'all picked him up. So I mean, come on, 49ers, what are you doing?
I mean, if Richard Sherman comes to me talking about, hey, I'm gonna give you this contract, and you technically don't have to pay me anything unless I meet these thresholds.
Right?
Yeah, I'll sign you all day.
Yeah, you sign him, and then now you got a shutdown corner, a little older, but don't matter. He knows the game. He can teach your new corner. Yeah. You got Witherspoon on the other side. You got Eric Reid right there. Come on, you got a franchise quarterback. Running back. Come on.
Do they have a franchise quarterback though?
I'm gonna say Garoppolo is actually a franchise quarterback. He's been on the system long enough.
With the 5 games.
Okay, he doesn't deserve that money.
No,
but the guy he can do it.
If they would have let him play a whole season and then he showed out this season, then I say give him the money.
Yeah,
if you're going to do that, at least have a bigger body of work than just 5 games.
I just like what he's been under, what the experience he has under one of the greatest.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And then also in the practice, he's playing against a defense that scheme. The thing is, it's not so much him playing against better athletes; it's the schemes he's playing against. That's what it is. When you play against schemes, you see these schemes so often because Bill Belichick is going to press you. Belichick's not going to vouch you. I don't think Belichick wanted to get rid of him. But,
no.
And when you got the greatest coach ever in NFL history not wanting to get rid of you, you're not a bum. So I look at it like what he's experienced and then the talent he has can be developed more, but his experience and what he's seen is going to show. And if it doesn't, under a Sarkisian offense, nah, man, and then you are a bum. Straight up. I'll eat my words in a couple months if I have to. But right now, Look, sign Eric Reid. If y'all don't want to, Packers, what are you doing? You can have Hogg, Clinton Dix, and you can have Reid back there, and then go for Josh Jackson, who's from Detroit, by the way. He went to Iowa City. What's up? And why not? And why not give that secondary something that's always getting torched by all? Because y'all make it far every year, but y'all get torched by these better offenses because your defense can't hold up. They can't run on you. No. They can't run on you, but they will throw it all day on you. So come on, man.
Now, talking about throwing all day, the NFL's talking about making a rule change for the tackling. And they're talking about making it where you can't lead with the head, or they're just trying to say if you have a head-on hit, it's automatic 15-yard penalty or something like that.
I have no words for this. I was hoping you to went to mission first.
Well, according to this, it says approved proposal penalizing and possibly ejecting players for unsafe hits. The proposal is players will now be penalized 15 yards and may be ejected for using the crown of the helmet. This is very little requirement to it. Rich McKay, Falcons president and head of NFL competition community, told reporters on Tuesday, this is simply if you lower your head to initiate contact, you make contact with the opponent, it's a foul. And it's pretty much after the whole Ryan Shazier thing.
You see what this is, guys? You see what this is? You see what this is? You see what this is? These are ankle braces. You see this is? This is a knee brace. See this? See what this is? So now, if you can't hit someone with your helmet, you can't leave with your helmet. If someone runs a 15-yard slant and cuts inside, you can't leave with your helmet at all. So now you got to hit with your shoulder. Now you got to go low, extremely low, to avoid that. This is what's gonna happen. This is gonna be this is what the new NFL logo is gonna be, because I don't understand what this is. I don't understand what this rule means. There are no evidence of this rule. There's nothing that explains what this will lower. Okay, head collision is gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we don't want receiver. Well, you don't want your all-star athletes getting hurt, because if you think about it, linemen hit helmet to helmet every play.
Every single play.
Okay, running backs. I thought just last year you were an eligible receiver. If you catch that ball, you run, you can get hit in the helmet. Yep. Now all of a sudden, maybe because Brandon Cooks got blown up, but he didn't even get hit in the helmet. So I don't understand what this rule means. I don't understand why it's okay now. Any helmet to helmet contact, regardless of what it is, now it's a penalty. So if a quarterback sneak when he hits that linebacker helmet to helmet, is that a penalty now? Or who's it against now? Is it because of the flagrant hits, like the ones that lay people out, blow helmets off and whatnot? What does it mean? This whole now you can't leave with the helmet. That was already the play. You can't spear. You can't launch. You already couldn't do that.
I think the college football, they got this rule right now, and it makes a college game go from the normal time limit to a 10-hour game, because they're sitting there reviewing it the whole time. They got put in slow mo, and no matter what you put in slow mo, it's going to look worse than
that.
And so
yeah,
I can see if you deliberately jump and launch yourself head first into the person,
yes,
then all right, all day.
Yes.
But if it's just some incidental contact, that happens.
That happens. It makes it too subjective. It makes it so much that the refs can play with the game too much.
Yeah.
And just like in the NBA right now.
Oh my God.
And the NCAA. I don't want to jump segments right now, but I'm saying it makes it so that you guys the refs can play too much. Refs can influence things too much. I always taught, don't leave it up to the refs. Do your job, and then let the chips fall where they may. But now, no, he's ejected. Let's eject your starting corner, your starting linebacker. Come on now. Yeah, so like I'm saying, it's going to breed to more injuries now, because now guys are just going to go low all the time. Yeah. Hey, helmet to knee, fine. And what's funny is, I don't know if you all can remember. I was young. I was in college, man, young buck, acting up. 2009, Hines Ward, Keith Rivers. Do we not remember what happened that play? Do we not remember? I mean, there was a broken jaw. There was a lot of flags. There was probably every flag that any ref had.
Yeah, they're pulling flags up the stands.
There was refs at home throwing flags. Come on. He blindsided him so scantless, but it wasn't helmet to helmet. He hit him in his chest. It was a little bit of helmet to helmet, but it wasn't like a flagrant super concussion. The guy broke his jaw. And they made the Hines Ward rule for that exact reason. Yeah. And that rule specifically stated you are permitted to blindsiding another player, with your helmet, your forearm, or your shoulder to his helmet or neck area. And Hines Ward responded to that with that fine. He wasn't suspended, but he was fined heavily for it, stating that, okay, I'm not trying to end someone's career. This is a paraphrase quote. I don't want to end someone's career, so I'm going to hit them high. If you want me to hit them low, it's over. Yeah. So and Hines Ward was known for he's broken other guys' ribs off a blind side too. He's done the things, but he's always hit you high because you can recover from that. That's 3 to 4 weeks, not your entire career.
Larry Fitzgerald's been on the record stating he tells DBs straight up, I will pay your fine. Do not hit me low.
Do not hit him low because that ACL is everything. And it doesn't heal like your ribs. It doesn't heal like your jaw. Nope. It won't heal the same. You put all your weight on your knee every play. So once again, this is what it's going to come down to. Knee braces for everybody. Everybody going to be dressed like linemen. Wearing knee braces on at both legs.
They can barely move like Larry Walls or something.
It's going to be like the Tin Man. Look like Frankenstein. Like zombies. Come on now. And so I don't agree with the rule. And it's hard. It's going to lead to more missed tackles. It's going to lead to football games looking like basketball games, these high scores because DBs don't want to hit these receivers, and these receivers are getting bigger and faster and stronger. They're breaking off tackles. It's not going to work. It's not.
Not at all.
And so, I don't know, this is just to make things more exciting, or people love touchdowns, to make fantasy more exciting. I'm not sure.
What I think it is, they don't want Congress to get involved. Really? The reason I say this is because look at what happened to baseball, the whole steroid thing. Baseball could have easily taken care of that themselves by themselves, but somehow Congress got involved, and they got dragged out for years, congressional hearings, bringing baseball players in. So with all the lawsuits happening with the concussions and everything, because I want to say they said concussions were like 15% or something like that. Yeah, they went from 243 in 2016 to 281 in 2017, a 15.6% increase. I think they're trying to mitigate that fact from the lawsuits blowing out of proportion and then Congress getting involved.
They're going to mitigate it now, but guess what? It's a little too late because the people that played in the hardest hardcore time of NFL and college, they're getting older. That CTE is going to come back to haunt you anyway.
So what they're probably going to do is end up putting in their contracts. You know what you're getting into.
Right.
Nobody's forced you to play this game.
To avoid lawsuits, it's too late because it's going to happen. When these players getting older, they're going to, I mean, as you grow old, the mind sometimes goes, unfortunately. And you play sports that deteriorate your mental capacity anyway.
I heard Mark Schlereth, he was stating that if you want to make changes to this rule, well, for the whole concussion thing and everything, instead of making this dumb rule with the can't leave with the head, just give them guaranteed contracts and then give them health insurance. Because when these guys retire, they don't have health insurance. Which is not fair. You can't subject. You make millions and billions off these guys, and you won't want to give them health care. They need that. They need that from the moment they sign. What would you draft them? And I bet a lot of guys they wouldn't have such bloated contracts if you was giving them guaranteed money. Like, hey, I guarantee you get this, like an $80 million contract with all these incentives and everything. Let's just say $60 million. $60 million, and then guaranteed. You get these, done. And then we'll give you more depending on how far we go, what you meet these standards, and then make it fair. Make it so that it's more like make it like a business, like y'all love it to be. Yeah. Not so much of I'm trying to get as much out of you for as little as I can. Make it a business, not a debate. Even though those are one and the same, but now they go in those meetings thinking they got to fight with you versus compromise, and that's not right. And it's gonna show in the next 10 years, 10, 15 years, you're going to see that this way is not going to work. And also, you're going to wonder why a lot of your star players getting hurt. I mean, ankle braces represent OBJ as well, which we're going to get to in a minute. But we can get to him right now. I mean, I'm just saying, look, NFL, if anybody watches this is remember this. I mean, I'm sure y'all have a more expensive one, but obviously. So, he brought up Odell Beckham Jr., and Odell's in the news again because he was on video because his friends suck at life. He was videotaped in bed with a chick. She was cutting up a powdery substance, looked like Parmesan cheese to me. And the Giants were talking about nobody's untradeable, and they're talking about they want 2 first-round picks for him, and everybody's saying he should go to the Rams. Look like Parmesan cheese, Doc. I'm just saying. They had pizza boxes there. Maybe she's real particular how she wants to put her cheese on her pizza, Doc. I'm just saying. You make a great lawyer. Great defense attorney. Just throwing it out there, man. But how do you feel about this whole situation with the Giants and Odell? Because it sounds like, he's been stating like he doesn't want highest receiver money. He wants highest player money, which doesn't happen unless you're a quarterback. Then on top of that, it's the Giants. I'm a Giants fan. They suck. If they lose Eli, it's over. Yes. I look at it this way. I think that he deserves to be maybe top 3 highest paid receivers. That the highest paid player though, no. Because they double you, bro, and then you're gonna have a problem. Done. All right, you're done. You're a non-factor. They'll leave it to the rest of your injury-prone receivers to make it happen. And a good defense can double you and deal with, and a good defense with a decent offense can deal with W and deal with how you scoring against them, but they'll beat you. All right, no, he needs to calm down. He deserves maybe to be the highest paid receiver, but I mean Antonio Brown. I mean he does run better routes, and he's flamboyant too, but he's more proven.
But the thing is that they can maybe do without Antonio Brown. Without OBJ on that Giants team,
it's a wrap. Like it's over with.
So they need to pay him. If they trade him, they better get a whole lot of muscle from him.
If they're going to let him go, they need to let him go now. Because if they're going, everybody keeps saying the Rams, and I can see why the Rams. If he goes to the Rams are going to have a problem like 2-3 years down the line because they still got to pay Aaron Donald. They still got to pay Todd Gurley. They still got to pay. They just picked up Sue. And who's the other cat they got out there?
Here's what they did. So the Rams have revamped that defense to where now, if the 49ers don't sign Eric Reid, that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Y'all, you might as well get the Rams division right now. Seattle fell apart. Cardinals rebuilding. 49ers are trying to build, but they're being clowns. So it's really the Rams division. But when you have Darnold, now you have Sue. Right? Oh, Sue. I'm still mad he left Detroit. So, hey. But when you have them, and then you bring the Talib over the Broncos, okay, who is a 6'3" corner. Yeah, he's a little older, but he will still play your big body receiver and lock him down. Yeah. You won't throw to his side, I promise you. And that receiver ain't going to want to make that inside cut to get that ball because he still got to deal with Talib.
Shoot, do the Ravens play the Rams this year?
I mean, you mean the 49ers?
No, the Ravens play the Rams.
Ravens, they might. And also, then you also have, they got Peters from Kansas City. All right? So now you got Peters, who's a great young corner. He got temperamental issues, but you're supposed to as a corner because it's chippy out there. Really, on them islands, it is not fun. All right? And then they franchise Joyner, the safety. Okay? So now you've got a Pro Bowl safety, 2 shutdown corners, two big dogs in the trenches. Your linebackers, they're decent. I mean, they're not name worthy.
No.
In the sense of, like, I don't know what they are. But they're good. And you got this offense that is just solid. All right, you got so many weapons. You bring OBJ over there, and it's not even fair anymore.
I mean, because we were replacing Sammy Watkins, who left to the Chiefs, who got a $48 million contract, $30 million fully guaranteed.
Yes, and that was smart of Watkins because Watkins is still a good player. And the reason why Woods and Kupp and all these guys did so well, they had a better chemistry with Goff, but Goff was not comfortable with that deep ball. He was not. Right. Goff is like a 20, 25-yard passer. He'll chip you down, but he's not a deep 40, 50-yard bomb thrower. And Watkins was always constantly getting doubled because they know what Watkins can do. Everybody knows what Watkins can do if he stays healthy. And they didn't want that. So, I mean, they would double him, so he was a fantasy nightmare, but he can play. And so him leaving, and now you don't have a big body receiver, but you don't even need it because that's not Goff's style.
No.
But to bring OBJ over there, who can run routes, absolutely. He's a monster. You got to double him. You have to. And then you got a couple of wins to worry about. Do not give him to the Rams, please. Sarad, I'm looking at you. Do not give him to the Rams. Do not.
They would have to cut Tavon Austin if they give it to him.
Huh?
If they got OBJ, they got to cut Tavon Austin. They won't have the money.
Yeah, I mean, Austin, he's their slot guy. He's quick. But OBJ is so much more valuable. And in the LA market.
Dude, that's what I was about to say. Oh, my God.
He's already in New York, which is a huge market anyway. But he's that kind of guy. He is. He was like at LSU. He's just that's who he is. But don't get rid of him. Pay him, but work something out. Work a deal. Okay, you reach these markers. Okay. Give him the money. But not get rid of him.
What I think it is these new GMs that are getting hired who think some of them have never played football in their life.
Right.
Who think they're better than the players that they actually got to sit there and move into these pieces.
Right.
Because I think the Packers are doing that because they sat there and straight up told Jordan Nelson, you're not in our plans anymore. Because he came out and said, yeah, that's the reason why I left. So they told me, hey, yeah, we don't like you anymore. There was a couple other guys that are just like that. And they're telling these guys, like, you're expendable. And it's like, really? You're going to tell these guys who are literally putting their lives on the line every day in these games that they're expendable and you don't need them no more and you're just going to let them go? Of course they're going to be like, I want my money.
Yeah, I want money.
Look at Le'Veon Bell right now.
Right. Same thing. They want their money because you look at them like they're nothing.
Yep.
Like they haven't given you, so they haven't made you all this money. They haven't given. Like football can give a city hope. Look at Philly. They can give a city hope. New Orleans, after the hurricane, look what it did for them.
Yeah.
It gives you something to believe in, even if it's just a sport.
Hell, look at the Texans. They didn't make
that too.
They got a flashy quarterback, and all of a sudden that city's just buzzing. That city exploded.
And then the Rockets,
the Rock
gives people hope, and sports give people hope.
Yeah,
especially the main four.
Man,
let's not argue that, but hockey is one of them.
Let the Rockets win the NBA championship, and the Astros and the Rockets won back.
Won't happen, but yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that city's just gonna go bananas.
Yeah, Houston deserves it. Houston's a city full of love, man. Full of love. I love it. I love the city. After what it's been through a lot of pain.
So, quick question. So, how would you feel about Odell going to the Patriots? Because I can see Belichick doing some crazy stuff and getting him over there.
Odell's personality is too much for that. He needs to go somewhere that can handle the big dogs. They can handle somebody who's super wild like that.
The only spot I can see is either the Miami market or the LA market.
He's got to go. But the thing is, you got to worry about him. Now you got to worry about him getting in trouble, or just he didn't really do anything wrong. He was just there.
Yeah.
But you got to send him somewhere where a coach knows how to deal with him. All right, an experienced coach. All right, and that's what it really comes down to. And I think about it. I don't know what coach Belichick is well known for that, but I don't really know of any coach that can really handle a problem. Like I would say Andy Reid, but Andy Reid, he's already loaded. He don't need Odell. Odell would just be overkill.
Just send him to the Jags, bro.
I want him to go to Jags, but I feel like that defense will keep him in check. To be honest,
man. Tom Coughlin out there, he'd be like, "Look, man, I already know about you."
Coughlin know how the game go. He does, but for some, and yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. But I don't really think I can't think of any coach right now that could deal with that. You know, what I mean, I'm thinking of every team right now, and I don't see a single team.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Sean McVay, but I think he's too young of a coach and hasn't had to deal with prima donna players like that yet.
Yeah, and I think about, I just hope he don't go to Dallas.
Oh, he's not going to Dallas.
I mean,
Dallas doesn't have the money to do that because they still got to get rid of that Dez contract that they have.
We'll see how
that whole Dez situation is jacked up, man. They're like either cut the guy or pay the guy the money. I mean,
although I do think I don't want him in a division that I deal with, but I think people who need receivers, Chicago needs a receiver. They got a couple guys.
They picked the old dude from Jacksonville.
Yeah, but what Hurts?
Robinson.
Robinson. Well, no, that's not. He's
if he can stay healthy.
He's lockdownable. No, but I don't know where he could go. He needs to go to a market that's flashy where he can inspire. Odell's worldwide.
Yeah, he's
worldwide. Everybody loves him. Miami, LA, New York. He needs to stay where he's at because he's got a quarterback that is, I think, better than Goff. Yeah. Better than any other major market he could go to.
Hell, he has a quarterback who won a Super Bowl.
2 Super Bowls against the best team almost ever. Against the best coach, arguably top 5 best quarterback, and he beat him twice. It's almost like if Patriots don't go to the Super Bowl, if Patriots don't play the Giants, Patriots usually win. But they lost to the team in the division.
Their defense let them down because when Tom Brady throws for over 500 yards, playoff is like,
I don't know. I just look at it like.
Well, there was something else you wanted to bring up before we cut out on this.
Oh, you're right. I think I wanted to bring up a certain something about a certain team on a certain platform.
Where did you find
a
Michigan poncho?
Excuse me, everybody. I just want to let y'all know that this is not a hockey jersey. This is a poncho. And I don't know if you see the team, but this is the team that's going to be in the national championship. I don't know if you guys are aware of this concept.
Wait, hold on. Wait, pause.
Excuse me.
Hold on. So who do they have to play first to get there?
They have to play a team known as what is it? Loyola.
Chicago, the team that's been beating everybody.
Beating everybody until they come run against a wall, amazing blue wall. See this right here?
The walls of Jericho. The walls of Jericho thought they could stand too.
This stand know how to shoot threes. If Walls of Jericho had more archers and more range shooters, they wouldn't have lost. So I'm saying we have all this, and we got a good defense. So all I'm saying is,
Virginia thought they had a good defense.
Virginia got complacent. We don't do that here in Michigan. No, you can't. It's too cold all the time. You can never let your guard down.
Cold out here in the D.
Jalen Rose, what's up, man? Come on, give me a shout out, baby. All I'm saying is, you know, Loyola. If y'all can't say y'all name because y'all don't matter after this game, y'all gonna need this too. Y'all gonna need this. See this?
Man, when they dunk all over y'all,
crossed all over, getting shot all over, y'all gonna get beat so bad, y'all gonna be faking injuries, baby, faking them. Oh, coach, played me out, man. I can't take it, man. We down by 45, and we still got 10 minutes to play in the second quarter.
It's not even gonna be worth watching that game because we all expect Michigan to win this game, but the Kentucky-Villanova game is the game I'm more concerned about.
The Kansas-Villanova game, yes.
Yeah, my bad.
And so that's going to be the game to watch because, we'll make sure you watch this one too because I want y'all to know who the champion going to be. But here, I will say this though. I'm nervous if Villanova wins. Yeah. Because Villanova and Michigan are like the same team. Mm-hmm. And that makes me nervous. If Kansas wins, because Kansas has the better athletes, Villanova can shoot. If they have an off night, they lose. Period. That's it. It's over. But Kansas has athletes. Kansas is a better team, but they're more beatable.
I still want to know where you got a Michigan poncho from.
Anything is possible.
He's garbage this year. He's straight garbage. He's so bad. Don't put that curse on us.
Hey, man. Y'all know what it is. Okay, I had to bring the Jordans because Jordan upsets me. But
what did Jordan do this time?
Jordan I'm still upset how Jordan acted towards Chameleonaire. Who's from Houston, if you didn't know.
Was that story proven though?
Yes, that was true.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
Well, to end this off real quick, I just want to make note that Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and Grant Hill are all entering the Basketball Hall of Fame. I think that's pretty awesome. Grew up loving Grant Hill. Jason Kidd was always that dude, and Steve Nash, he got the hair. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up before he has a conniption fit over here flashing all this Michigan things. But
hey,
you
as
can
long as y'all know, this is what it's about.
Yeah. Unless you want that turf toe. You might want to start racking up.
Yeah, you want the turf toe or that turf ACL. Trust me.
We'll be all jacked up.
You should follow us anyway. You might get a curse.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. There was another new one that just started popping up. I was messing around with it, but I forgot the name. It's not that important yet. And just hit us up on there. I got the stuff working to do the guests and everything. So you can do the call-ins and everything. So get ready for that if you want to jump on that. So
you want to argue. Just don't argue this. You can't argue champions.
We'll see what happens next week when they're knocked out by La Hoya. We'll just see what happens.
I won't be on that show if that happens. Okay?
I'll be on there by myself. Just like I'll somehow find a jersey from that school.
Monday, championship. It'll be Michigan versus Villanova or Kansas. Whichever one wins, but you already know.
Oh, okay. We'll see. But until next time, guys. Bye.